Hey, what's up, YouTube? I want to thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Unseen Truth News. I'm your host, CJ, and it is Tuesday, October 18th, 2018. You know, there's a thing or two that I gotta get off my chest. And I hope that the things that I say, the message that I'm putting across and spreading here, the truth that I'm telling, will shake and rattle your bones, stir up your gray matter between your eyes, lift off the blinders, get you to think and see the truth, and for what it really is. Get you to see clearly in that smoke-filled room. So as time goes by, and I watch videos and I listen to podcasts and I scan and read articles, I have to sadly say that I am not surprised that people, even when they are presented with the truth and the facts, they're not getting it. They're being willfully ignorant. And they're turning a blind eye and just letting the shitstorm continue to go downhill. But many independent media journalists, truthers, content creators, writers, independent journalists have put out countless work ever since the man has been in office, trying to get you to see the light at the end of the tunnel. Now some have, but the majority have not. And the message is this: Donald Trump will not save this nation. Now, he might have good intention, and he probably did have good heart and good intention and goodwill to make this country great again when he was running. But as soon as he got in office, that slowly, so quickly, has changed. You might be saying, no, wait a minute. You're wrong. You're just a Trump hater. You're a liberal. You're a leftist. Nope. None of the choices above on the multiple choice piece of paper. I just know that it's shenanigans. It's a scam. Let me ask you something. Do you honestly think that with the agendas and policies and the choices and the actions that he has taken within less than 2 years, all of them benefits the country? No. Sure, he's been bringing back jobs, but guess what? With the rise of AI, sentient technology, and robotics, and self-awareness, and that kind of machinery and technology being put into the workforce from one career choice to another, pretty soon there's not going to be a job for anybody because it's all going to be done by machine and self-aware sentient artificial technology. Factories have, for years, within different ways of production, have used robotics in one fashion or another. But they're buying up more ways, buying up more technology for that system to be put into place. But other than bringing jobs back, to keep the economy afloat, that's it. That's all he's done. That is it. Now, I like the guy. I voted for him. But I no longer support him. I can't. Knowing what I know, and what I've read, and what I've seen, and what I've heard, all the pieces are coming together. But yet his followers, his supporters, and in some cases his cultists, think he is God's gift to mankind. But he's not. See, he was groomed for this role of power 35 years ago. There was a economist, the Economist magazine did an entire spread of a young Donald Trump being groomed to take the role of presidency. So he's been preparing for this for a very long time. But he'll get on national TV and be wishy-washy about it. He'll have TV slot interviews throughout the years and decades. Oh, I'm not sure if I want to run. That's not my area to be in. Blah, blah, blah. Bullshit. Come on now. And then we have the article that was written last year by the New York Times in the month of March. It was written and put out by them. Yes, they are a globalist publication. Propaganda, lies, and bullshit, and serve the New World Order. But they had an interview with Trump. And Trump was asked a question about nationalism and globalism. And he said, I'm both. I'm a globalist and I'm a nationalist. You can't be both. This falls under the direction of the previous dictator. If you want to call them president, go ahead. But he was a dictator. Obama. For 8 years, he violated the Constitution and almost broke this country down. He broke every law, every ethics code you could think of. Every rule, every regulation. But starting with the constitutional amendment, where it says on there, you cannot serve 2 seats of power and be president of the United States. Well, during his terms, he held a chair at the UN Security Council and also as president. You can't be both. So that falls on the line of that path right there. Now, let's talk about who he surrounded himself with. This great, wonderful leader of ours. Oh, I'm draining the swamp. Really? And then when he got in, articles came out. Saying that, oh, he's going to take on the deep state. He's going to take on the shadow government. Really now. So this very top tier echelon of power that has been in power for God knows how long. The same very entity that killed Kennedy, that has started countless wars, ruled countless countries, cities, towns, providence, civilization, humans, kill them off in one way or another. He's gonna take them on and take them down. Give me a fucking break. He can't. He's only one person. But he's draining that. Yeah, sure. Now you want to call me pessimistic and negative and all that, and oh, you're not nationalist and you're a liberal. No. Not even. But you gotta realize, wake up. Now let's talk about the people that he surrounds himself with. Bolton, Giuliani, and other people that align themselves with Zionism. He's got Zionists in his fucking cabinet. Not to mention that Donald Trump is a Zionist himself. Not full rah-rah, but there you go. He's close friends. He's very good friends with Benjamin Netanyahu. He is serving the interests of Israel. He's their bitch. They say jump, he says how high. Look at the policies that he's put forth. It's in favor and support of Israel concerning things in the Middle East when it comes to Syria, Iran, Palestine, Saudi Arabia. Now, don't you think that is an extremely shocking and fun and not funny and hilarious kind of way, but funny, like, wow, really? That last year he signed a multiple billion-dollar arms trade deal with one of the known nations on the face of the planet that supports and funds terrorism throughout the world, especially in the Middle East. They're in bed with Hamas. They're in bed with Mossad. They're in bed with ISIS. They're in bed with Al-Qaeda. And all the other terrorism groups. Not to mention that some years back they were taken to the Geneva courts for violating human rights. But hey, let's sell them weapons. Now let's talk another topic. Something of recent. The USMCA. Now who does that benefit the most? Canada and Mexico. Now both of those countries we give millions of dollars in foreign aid to every year. But we signed a trade deal that benefits them greatly, keeps the U.S. right at the bottom of the barrel. And he's so proud of it. He's so happy of the work that he's done. Look at the document. See what it says. I have. Now let's talk on another subject. Hillary Clinton. Remember when he's going to go through the campaign? Lock her up. Crooked Hillary. Well, what is she doing? Running around as free as a bird. Without a fucking care in the world. She's had a book tour. She's gone back to holding her $25,000 or $50,000 plate dinners, however much they are. She's still roaming around free. And with the technology and the security practices that are in place today, there are numerous discrete blackout locations throughout the U.S. and throughout the world that Trump could be taken to protect the safety of him and his family. And still take them down. But nope. And there's been video clips and articles and people and truthers, independent journalists, YouTubers, content creators that people put out with, and they've done great, wonderful work. They're getting it out there. People like John X. Army, Steve Quayle, Richie from Boston, and others that have been selling this. Steve Quayle said he can no longer support the president. I was listening to a video that he was in an interview with the other day. And it was from December 10th. And in that interview, or that conversation, he said, when I did back this president, past tense, so you see, he's not going to save this nation. Now, there's one other important thing I want to get on before I close for the evening. Two things that he is in support of wholeheartedly. The 5G internet system that is nothing but a straight up death kill machine. Do you think that the 4G is bad with the radiation? Wait till 5G comes out. It'll be cooking you raw. He supports that wholeheartedly. And then there's another initiative or plan or measure that he supports. The National ID Act. That's supposed to be for illegals, right? But it's going to be implemented with everybody in this country. It will have every record about you. Every medical record, everything on that ID. And he wants that out. He wants that rolled out. But yet you have his QAnon bullshit. His trust the plan. Trust Sessions. The Attorney General that didn't do jack shit, that recused himself the entire time he was in. And the thing he favored most was more asset seizure and forfeiture. That's the thing he pushed. He wanted to accomplish. Everything else slid off the table. So there you have it, people. That's just the tip of the iceberg. And I'll stop it there because I don't want to lay too much on it, because I don't want to give you an overload. So I want to thank you for tuning in. Wake up. Open your eyes. See for what it really is. You're being played. Being bamboozled. Hopefully you do. Because time has almost ran out. God bless. Be safe. Prepare for what is coming, because there's a shitstorm coming. And not Trump's. Oh, it's his plan, all right. But it's not the good one. It's going to wreck this country. Be safe and carry on.